everybody, I'm Cassandra from the blog Craftedly Ever After, and thank you so much for joining me today. It's always nice to hang out with you guys. It's nice to have you here, and I'm excited to share this week's projects with you. Now, it actually all started with an email I received from one of you lovely ladies, Louise. She reached out to me, asked if I had any suggestions for Halloween patterns that was easy to follow. She wanted to make something for her daughter, and I sent her a few recommendations, but I've never really made Halloween patterns, and I'll tell you why this is. Back in South Africa, Halloween is not a big thing at all. It's not celebrated at all. It's not a holiday that we pay much attention to. So Halloween patterns in South Africa was just something that never really felt like anything I would be able to use. It's not something anyone was really interested in because it's not a holiday there. When we moved to Denmark, although it's slightly more visible, it's also not really a massive thing over here. I think Halloween is probably more a US holiday, but it does open up a whole category of patterns that I've never really looked at before. So I'm very much into the fall mood. I do like some of the Halloween patterns that's out there. Now, I'm not a scary Halloween type person at all, so everything I will show you today will be super, super cute. And for the most part, they will be small and they will be relatively on the easy side. Now, for most of my patterns, I have used Rainbow Cotton 8/4. It is the yarn that I love using the most. It's the one I've got the most colors in. But I did use a different color on 2 of the projects, but I will tell you when we get to them what the yarn is. So Rainbow Cotton 8/4, if you don't know, it is a fingering weight yarn, a super fine or a weight 1. And with it, I use a 2.5 millimeter crochet hook. So that, I think, is the basics that you need to know for all of my patterns, what I've used. Now, let me show you what I got done. Now, the first pattern I want to show you is this, and it's also the biggest out of everyone that I made, is this cute bat cat. Now, why I like these patterns, they were made, they're a pattern pack of 4 patterns from, and I've got a teeny tiny little note here, so I'll just refer to the notes because I can't remember all of the designers. This one is a Halloween set of 4 patterns by BUMBEE Crochet Designs. Now, I will link all of the patterns down below, the majority of which are free. So my first 3 patterns, they are paid for. I will link them down below. It's Etsy patterns, but the rest of them are all free patterns available to everyone. So, but I will link all of the information down below. So this is my first one. It is a very cute little bat cat. Now, in the pattern, I think the designer actually made him a much lighter color. I thought it would have been fun if he was a black cat, but I cannot see black yarn. So this is a sort of a charcoal gray that I used, and then a bit of a lighter gray for the little bat wings. But isn't he adorable? So this is the biggest one of my patterns. As you can see, it's not massive. The remainder of the 4 patterns that's part of the pack, I will pop in a picture just so that you can see how cute they really are. And it is such an affordable price for 4 patterns. So I really want to try the rest of the patterns out of this pack, but this one, very, very, very easy to make. Even though it's the biggest one of the patterns that I did, he whipped up really, really fast. So this was my little bat cat. First of my 10 patterns. Next, this is also a set of 4 patterns. It's a Halloween crochet pattern set of 4 by Amigurumi Universe, and it is a little Frankenstein. He is so cute. Now, all 4 of the patterns in this pack are actually adorable. There's this one, and there's a little, I think, a little witch. and a little scarecrow, and there's something else that I can't remember, but I will pop the picture up for you as well. I really still want to do the scarecrow because I think the scarecrow is very cute, but this one was adorable. Now this one, I have to tell you, I would not view as a beginner pattern. There's a lot of color changes. You carry the black and the green. Now you don't carry it. Sorry, I started carrying the black and the green to make the color changes easier, but she does something different, which is explained in the pattern. And eventually I started following her directions, which worked out perfectly fine. I should have just done it from the start, but I thought carrying yarn would be better, and it really wasn't. So the color changes are quite a lot. There's a lot of small fiddly pieces. These ones, the ears, so you make the head separate to the body, then you make the little legs, the arms, you have this little overalls that he's wearing. So it is a lot of small fiddly pieces that you have to attach. So for a beginner, I really wouldn't advise it. If you're feeling sort of comfortable, you've made a few amigurumis already, definitely these patterns are very, very, very cute. I really want to do the scarecrow, and they are fairly small, so they are very cute. I really enjoyed making this one. So it's also an Etsy pattern, and I like the pattern packs. I must be honest, it feels like you get value for money if you get more than one pattern in a pack. So this one, super, super cute. Not that I would say entirely beginner friendly. This one took the longest out of all the patterns that I made because of all the fiddly bits, because of all the extra pieces, but he turned out adorable. So I really like him, little Frankie. The next pattern I want to show you. Now this is a fairly well-known designer. I think many of you would have come across her. The designer's name is MUFFICORN, so she is known for a lot of gnomes on Etsy. Now this pattern I loved making, and this is a little keychain. So it's a little gnome keychain with his little jack-o'-lantern hat, and he comes with this pumpkin that you hang on the side. This one was very, very easy to make. Now this I did buy in a pattern pack of 3, and I'll also pop in the picture that you can see the other 2 patterns that was part of this one. So I really enjoyed making it. I think it was also a little witch, and she's got a little broom hanging on the side, and then there's a sort of a spider looking one. This was very, very quick to make. I must tell you, this one was very enjoyable, and I will highly, highly recommend this one. The head and this little body, all in one piece. So the only thing that you sew on is this little yellow belt buckle and his little nose. And then of course you do the pumpkin separate if you want to. I mean, you don't even have to add the pumpkin, but I thought it looked super cute. So this one was dead easy to make. It was a very fast. So if you're looking for a cute, fast Halloween pattern, and obviously you don't need to make it as a keychain. I really like keychains or backpack buddies. I think they are very handy. So this was one of my favorite ones, MUFFICORN on Etsy. I will link the pattern. Now you can either buy the pattern in a pack of 3, and you can also buy them separately if you only want to make one. Now this one I think I did buy, she had a discount on her site. Now I think there's regular discounts on her site. So this one I did buy at a discounted price, which made it even more worthwhile for me. The next pattern I want to show you guys, and this is also a designer you would have heard about a lot. A lot of channels use her patterns. They are all free on her website. If you want to buy a PDF, you can. I think they're very reasonably priced, but I worked from the free pattern, and it is Stringy Ding Ding. Now this one is actually with me emailing Louise about the Halloween patterns. She sent me a photo of this bat that she made for her daughter, And I thought it was just so adorable. So I went onto the Stringy Ding Ding website, found the little bat, and I made a little keychain with it, or a little backpack buddy. Now this little bat still comes with, I think the pattern includes some feet. I didn't do the feet, I just did the little bat, just like this. I think they also mentioned in the pattern that the feet are optional. I used, I wanted to use a purple, but I didn't have a nice purple, so this is sort of a, it's a dark blue, purple type of color. But for the bat, I really, really liked it. Now these patterns, she's got a whole bunch of Halloween patterns on her website. This one took no time at all. It was so quick to make. So this one, if you're looking for projects to whip up quickly, Stringy Ding Ding, her patterns are, like I say, everyone is free. If you wanted to purchase the PDF, you can, but I found it very easy just to work from the website. The next pattern I've got, now of course I have got to include a ghost in here, and this ghost that I found, let me quickly see, AMOUR Crochet. Now she's the lady who does the iconic woman, but she's got a website with loads of free patterns on it, and I found this very cute ghost pattern. Now her pattern did not have these little smiley eyes. She used safety eyes on her little ghost, and it also comes with actually a pattern for a very cute little witch's hat. But I decided to leave the hat off. I just made this cute little ghost, very easy to do. So the whole ghost, all of this frills, it's all one piece. So the only thing you attach are these tiny little arms. But that worked up very, very quickly. And it was such a fun pattern to make. So a little ghost, AMOUR Crochet. Now I know that there's loads of free ghost patterns out there. But I really like this designer. I've never struggled with any of her designs. I've made quite a few things from her. So this one definitely didn't disappoint. It was very, very easy and quick to make. Now, of course, not all of us are amigurumi makers out there. And for those of you who wanted to try something different, do some project that doesn't involve a toy, I actually found a very cute, it's a free pattern on the hobby website, which is actually for a Christmas cutlery pouch. But I thought, okay, this is interesting. If I change the colors and add a little applique, I could make it a little treat bag. So this took no time at all to make. Let me just show you. So it's a little, if I can just open it up, just give me a tiny little second here. So this was so easy to make. It's two panels, two flat panels. Obviously you just then attach them on the side. It's a very cute little bag. Now my husband said, honestly, if you're going to give out treat bags, don't make a bag that could basically only fit an after dinner mint in. So he was not impressed with the size of my little treat bag. But I mean, if you're holding a dinner and you don't now want to put a whole sack of sweets out on the table for everyone, this is a very cute decoration. You can pop a few candies in there. This was a free applique that I found on the web. I'll link it also down below. I can't remember if I found it on Pinterest or on Ravelry. I will put the pattern down below. But this one will fit a few chockies or some or other Halloween sweetie. But for a free pattern, you can make it any color. And I mean, there are loads of appliques. I saw this very cute black cat applique, which they actually made into a little garland. So you can put a cat on the front. You can put a little witch's hat. I really liked the pattern of the pumpkin in the front. So all of this, a cute, easy, free pattern for a little treat bag, which I think looks adorable. The next one is a coaster. Believe it or not, I love making coasters. I think they are so relaxing. There's a bajillion patterns out there for coasters. A lot of them are free. This one is also free. And it is again a little pumpkin. So I really like this one with its little ruffly sides, worked up in next to no time. So you can whip up a few of these. You can even string them, make them a little garland, use them as coasters. If the yarn you use are a lot thicker, you can make it a little hot pad, or you know, I think they're called hot pads that you use in the kitchen. Very, very lovely free pattern that I found to make, whip up very quickly. The next pattern, also something you would have seen going around, and it is the monster pattern. It's actually a tutorial here on YouTube by my dear friend Crystal at Chronically Crocheting. She has a little tutorial for this adorable fellow. Now, he's one of the patterns that I did not make in Rainbow Cotton 8/4 because he would have ended up this tiny. So this is a 4-weight acrylic that I used for him. Now, in the tutorial, Crystal cuts out little felt backings for the eyes. I was way too lazy to cut out felt backings for the eyes. And these things that you see here, I bought a while back colored safety eyes from Amazon. And these are the pieces that you put sort of behind the eye to give it the sparkly color. Now, the only thing I did was I used a pink and a yellow, because I doubt that I will ever make an amigurumi with a yellow eye or a pink eye. But I thought for a monster, giving him different shaped sparkly backings made him very, very cute. It's such a cute size. It's teeny tiny, whips up in no time. It is one piece, no sewing whatsoever. Super adorable. Crystal, I love your pattern. Now the next one. And I must tell you, out of every one I did, the next pattern was my absolute favorite. And the only reason I saw, or that this pattern caught my eye, was because of the little faces embroidered on them. Now, not too long ago, I told you all, do not judge a book by its cover. Do not judge a pattern by the way it looks. But folks, I made this pattern purely for how it looked on the photo. The photos are adorable. She has many different face designs. And there's only one photo in the pattern, and that's the photo that you get on the front of the pattern, on the first page of the pattern, where she has numerous super adorable face designs, because the pattern is so simple. And this is him. Now, is this not the cutest monster face that you have ever seen? I loved it. Now, there's quite a few different ones that she's done, and I'll pop a picture in so that you can see the photo that is sort of that we see on the web. And this is the photo that drew me in. Excellent job showing how the perfect look, or the perfect photo, or the perfect face can draw us all in. So this monster, now the only thing I did different with embroidering this face, I gave him 2 different sized kawaii eyes, because when I finished up this pattern from Crystal, where I used different sized backings, I thought, well, I like the idea of different sized eyes. So this guy, I gave 2 different sized eyes. Use one of the examples she had for a face exactly. Like, I did not stray from what her little face looked like at all, apart from the different sized eyes. Now, this pattern was so easy. One piece you only sew on these little arms. So not the world's most complicated pattern. Actually, it was so quick and easy to make. I will make more of them because I want to try the rest of the faces. So out of all the patterns that I did for this episode, believe it or not, this one is my favorite. So this is also made in a 3-weight yarn. It was some leftovers that I had in my stash. You can make this with anything. Super, super adorable. Let me just see. The designer's name is, oh, it's called Monster Invasion by Margurumis. Margurumis. So super, super adorable. Now, the last pattern in my 10 pattern lineup, of course, the reason why all of you join me for a chat every week, and that is to get your teddy bear fix. Yes, folks, I did Buddy Bear 2.0. So here's a little modified Buddy Bear pattern. Now, Buddy Bear is a free pattern on my own blog. Now, the original Buddy Bear, he's got his ears, that's part of his body. So in the original Buddy Bear, his ears, head, legs, they're all one piece. You only attach the muzzle and the arms. But in this case, I gave him the body of the bunny buddy because I wanted his head to be round, because Buddy Bear has a sort of a flat edge at the top of his head. And then, so he's got the same muzzle as Buddy Bear. He's got the same body, apart from the fact that I did a few color changes. I added a scarf. I added just some very easy little round ears. And I put a teeny tiny pumpkin on his head that I just don't even have a pattern for. So if you guys want, I will put on the blog an updated, modified version of little Buddy Bear with his little pumpkin on his head, his little sweater that he's wearing. And I think he is so cute. So Buddy Bear will forever be a great love of mine. This is Buddy Bear 2.0. All right, friends, that is it. What I wanted to tell you guys, if you are into making mini amigurumis, now I've only showed you 10 that I found on the web, 10 free patterns or 10 patterns. Some of them were paid for, but the majority of them were free. But if you guys wanted to whip up more small amigurumis, please go have a look at Stitchity Doo Doll. She's fairly new on YouTube, but she's got a lovely channel. She does these mini amigurumis that is just lovely. And she's got an entire playlist on her channel of the tutorials that she's used for her mini amigurumi. So I'll link her last video down below, where she talks about the playlist that she's created for all of her mini amigurumis. So if you are in need of a quick fix for making something small, pop them out like thick and fast, go have a look at Gail's channel. All right, friends, that is it. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Let me know of any cute small Halloween fall type patterns that you are working on. I would love to know what else is out there that is cute, adorable, and quick. All right, friends, until the next video, stay crafty and stay safe.